do something a little bit different. This is using this exact same skills that we've done before, but maybe a little bit more advanced sketching, and it's just putting a lot more together. So we're going to make a fidget spinner. So as you can see, a fidget spinner has radial symmetry. Every 120 degrees is identical, but actually when we have to CAD it, we only have to CAD 1/6 of the fidget spinner, and then we'll mirror that sixth about to make one whole trot 120 degrees, and then we'll mirror that 3 times. So let's start. So I'm going to start by making a construction line. That's not a construction line. Now it's a construction line. And I will make these lines 60 degrees apart. So I'll do that with a smart dimension. And then okay, so for the bearings, we will actually use CAD models of real bearings. So the holes for the bearings actually do have to be, we'll make them 30 millimeters in diameter. So I'll set that to 30. Okay, perfect. And then we'll also make a slightly bigger circle so that we can hold the bearing. And then we'll use the spline tool, which lets you just make arbitrary splines, like that. Okay, so now we need to do 2 things. We need to make sure this spline is tangent with this circle, and you can do that by control-clicking on both and hitting tangent. And we need to make sure this is perpendicular with the line. Perpendicular, perfect. Okay, now let's mirror the spline, and now let's radially pattern okay, so that by default it does it 4 times, but we only want to do it 3 times, and check it out, we have a really crappy fidget spinner. Okay, so now we want to extrude this, so let's extrude. Okay, so there we have the outline of our fidget spinner, and then let's, just for fun, let's fillet all the edges. Maybe let's try 2 millimeter fillet. Okay, so that's the basic shape of our fidget spinner. So now what we have to do, this is actually where it gets interesting. So let's save this document. So I'll save it as spinner base, and now we need a CAD file for the bearing. So the way this is actually done, let's go to mcmastercar.com, or just mcmaster.com, and we actually need to find a bearing. So let's see, bearings are down here, and we set our hole to be 30 millimeters, so we want a 30 millimeter OD. Let's see. And we'll just pick any random bearing. And okay, so this is a bearing that we could buy, and it could show up the next day. But what we're going to do is we're going to download the CAD model for it. So if I click on the bearing, and then here I can download the CAD model. Okay, so now I want to make an assembly, which is multiple parts put together, and we'll put this base here, and we'll put in the 3 bearings, and so we'll have our complete fidget spinner. So I will make an assembly from this part, and I'll put in the spinner base, and my computer is being slow, and then we will insert the bearing. So let's find the bearing file, and let's just put 3 more, so we'll copy this, oops, copy 3 more, okay, so there we have our 3 bearings to place in. Actually, I should have put another one in, I should have put another hole in the middle, but we're not going to worry about that. So then what we want to do is a mate. So right now, if I click on these bearings, I can drag